Shut it down. Altered. Hit it, Iggy. Hello and welcome to episode 16 of Thrills of Waterdeep. Welcome back to Zerelda. It is back from Florida, where she has been fine-tuning her accent. I'm also joined by Big Beard Ben.
Are you keeping count, Paul? Episode 16? Are you sure?
I am absolutely sure this is episode 16. It says so in my notebook right there. Episode, well, somewhere in there it says episode.
I didn't
16.
know you were keeping count now.
Yeah, well, I have to, otherwise I get the whole stuff wrong. And also because I have to refresh my memory by listening to the previous episodes, so I'll find out. Also joined by Little Beard Ben.
Hello.
Also joined by mine.
Hello.
Those eagle-eyed viewers, Legolas, eagle-eyed, may notice he's not got a window. That's because we made him just tape it up. So you can't see it. It's really deceptive. But behind him, the window is just covered in tape.
We've actually locked him in a room and blocked it up.
Yeah, it's an escape room. So
is that because we didn't have copyright rights for the tractor that was parked
That's
outside?
right. Ferguson Massey have issued a cease and desist order.
He's never allowed to leave the room. It's like the start of Old Boy.
Yeah. I like how we're having... it's more like the start of Saw. I like how we're having... 3 conversations. And Josh.
Hello.
Who spoke before he was asked to.
I know.
Breaking the cardinal rule of my podcast. And me. I'm Paul. I am running this joint. Who am I kidding? Episode 16. So you guys have... Let's just have a quick recap. What do you reckon? Quick recap. Basically, there's been 4, count them, acts, scenes, whatever you want to call, in the campaign so far. You start off in the Yawning Portal, heavily on track with the kind of Dragon Heist core book. That lasted 2 sessions, maybe. Then we did the Blue Alley, where you met Zerelda and Ignatius. Zerelda and Ignatius? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Got out the Blue Alley, infiltrated the Castellantas, de-infiltrated the Castellantas. I don't know what the phrase is.
Not in a fast kind of way, though.
Yeah.
Like in a long, teeth-pulling way.
And then it was a case of you then escaped from prison and are now journeying to Skullport to create your second lives thereabouts. And it is mid-Skullport journey, and you had fought some... You've gone down to the Scarlet Moor Peneth with Zordos Sword, and had accompanying Torquil, who tells you that Mask will provide. Don't you worry, Mask will provide. You fought some spiders and you fought some troglodytes, and you got a lock system. You don't know how many locks of this there are. These are huge kind of lock gates that you're kind of going through. And when we left you, I think you've had 2 short rests so far today.
Yeah.
And we left you having just fought the kind of like troglodytes in their stench. You'd got some treasure, you divvied some stuff up, and you were arguing about rope. There is another one of these capstans in the room that you're in, but we'll kind of take it from there.
So we ain't got enough rope, have we?
No.
But you haven't opened the lock doors either.
No.
If that is something that you wanted to do.
So we need to use the couch.
We need to get the boat.
Doors.
But yeah, that's it. We need to
Safe
tie
down
for the
there.
boat before we open it up.
No, this is what we were talking about last time. Are we not going to take the boat up and over this time before change it?
But we won't have enough rope to lower it down on the other side once the water's gone through.
But after the water goes through, it should rise, right? In theory.
Yeah,
It'll rise so far, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? Which side is the water on? Is it?
So the
Presumably-
water is so there's quite a gap actually between between your side and there, but there's a bigger gap on the other side.
All right, so it is going to level out then.
Yeah, it'll level. I mean, the last time you left the boat down, you opened the lock, left the boat out, and the boat just sinks and rises with the water. But then you had sufficient to get down with rope last time. You got 100-foot rope, if memory serves, and it was about 80 foot.
No, was it not 2 50s and then we had to leave one of the 50 behind? Is that not?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you left one of
it's
the 50s
left
We had to
behind.
leave
side,
one
yeah.
rope behind.
Yeah, you left one of the 50s behind, so you got 50.
Okay.
Why don't you just have 2 people in the boat that can row it back after we open the...
Or we just keep it on the normal side, the locket side it's on out, open it, and it'll level out, and then the boat just drifts through, and we climb down.
Are the doors opening like away from where the boat is?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, when that water goes through, that boat's gone if we don't tie it off.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Well, we got up here,
Have
so
two
I
people
volunteered to
sitting
get
in it.
down and get in the boat. So
Have 2 people sitting in it that's just further away from the dam, and then when we open the dam...
Can none of you use your magics for
I was
this?
going to say, what's the range on Mage Hand?
Too
first
heavy.
off, don't have
you're
it.
too heavy. Yeah.
Well, no, but a couple of us have got it. Oh, it's only 30 feet.
I don't think it's cumulative.
Yeah.
Well, no, but 2 people holding with a magic hand is more than 1 person holding. Surely it's double the amount.
Can you arm wrestle with magic hands?
Yeah, you could hold 20 pounds. Can you arm wrestle with magic hand?
Yeah.
3
with
mage
hands.
hands.
Yeah.
However,
2
a
mage
boat's going to
hands.
be heavier than 20 pounds, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not. We've not got the range anyway. Not got the range, darling. Not got the range.
Oh.
Well, we could just tie it off somehow, and then maybe not to tie it to. Maybe rock.
Yeah, is there any rock? Is there? Could we? Does it look like there's anything we could tie off to on the current side of the?
Someone climb
Rock.
down and row it a decent bit
Yeah.
away, and then just row it back after the water's leveled off.
Sounds reasonable. Who's the best climber?
I'm pretty good.
I think Torquil and Seat are still down there.
Well, if Torquil
maybe.
rows it away by like, I don't know,
A good
100
amount.
couple
Yeah, we-
100 meters.
Do we trust him on his own?
No.
Yeah, but I think he needs. I think he needs us as well.
So we'll
I could
leave
fly
these 3 guys to figure it out, guys and gals.
I'll
and
volunteer to
should
go
me
down.
and Ignatius figure out how to get this mechanism working like we did last time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you need to figure
And
it out.
it needed all our muscle up there as well to start it, didn't it?
Oh yeah, I need a lot of backs.
Mm.
Alright, if you guys try and turn it, then me and Ode will climb down, and we'll help. Us and Torquil will row the boat further away, so it isn't just drawn straight into a waterfall.
Sounds good.
Sure.
And then we'll come back once it's leveled it a bit.
Should I have a map?
A nap.
A map.
We've had a short rest. You're fine.
Not really. It's just the same
No,
as
it's
the
not that.
spider.
Oh, okay. So I should stay with Iggy and
They might need
Oh.
your strength.
yeah. So
we had to shove it last time to start it off.
Yeah.
So if me and Ode climb down, we'll go back to the boat and we'll row it away a bit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But we'll
okay.
keep an eye out until they go out of sight,
Yeah.
and then we'll start fiddling with the capstan after they've rowed away a bit.
Yep. Okay. Martin, could you just move your camera back because it's now just getting. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
You know.
I was-
Okay. So. Okay, you guys climb down. You're in the rowboat. You kind of like row it a little bit distance away. It's a very similar setup to last time. Aided by your kind of knowledge of the mechanism and how it works, it's relatively easy to kind of get it working again. It seems to be some combination of mechanic and magical because it is moving a substantial amount of water because the doors are quite big and quite tall and quite wide, so there's a substantial force that it needs to enact, much more than the two of you even putting your backs into it were able to generate on the capstone. And it does it kind of, it's almost as if you're kind of like moving against the accretion of dirt and crap and grime rather than any actual force. You get it moving, and the kind of doors, in the boat you feel the current. The current starts to pull you. You kind of like back row, and then you kind of drift along, and the water levels out to be about 30 feet off the top.
Nice.
Okay.
Jump.
I'm not jumping.
Bomb from that 30 feet up.
I've already fell from like halfway climbing up this thing. I'm not doing it again.
Haven't you got Featherfall?
I do.
If we could just row out the way as he slowly falls. There's no way he can do that.
Trying to catch it.
Because it's not like you can reverse Featherfall. He'll still come, but slow as we row out the way.
So I
Just go into the water slowly.
I'll secure my coin purse much better than the last time I fell. And then make my way down. And do I require a check for that?
No, it's all fine. Okay. Right, so I'm just catching up on Messenger. Yeah, okay, yeah, so you just got the shield. Okay, yeah, so you are aboard the rowboat.
So we start heading further in again.
Okay. Again, it's really hard for you to gauge time. There's no great reference points or anything on those lines.
Is it still
There
dark?
actually is. The second I go blind, I know it's been 8 hours.
Okay, it's less than 8 hours.
Okay.
But it's hard for you to gauge time, except in 8-hour chunks.
Why 8 hours?
Because
It's like being in IKEA.
that's the duration
Yeah.
of the wand. It's exactly like being in IKEA, except for it's dark. There's less people trying to sell flat pack crap on you. There's
Is
less.
there hot dogs at the end?
Yeah, it's a hot dog.
I don't know. You have to get to Skullport and find out. Those hot dogs are shit. I mean, everybody's like IKEA hot dogs, but they're shit. Let's face it.
Yeah,
they're
no,
shit.
but it's
They are. The meatballs are good though. Do we have to pay for breakages?
Right, in IKEA.
What have you been doing?
I thought it
around
was
IKEA?
like being an IKEA.
I don't know. Do you have to pay for breakages in IKEA?
I can't say I've ever broken anything in IKEA. What you been doing in there?
So it's what my mum always used to tell me when I was a kid.
All right.
What? Don't break anything.
Don't touch anything. Don't breathe.
Yeah. Is that just in IKEA or
Everywhere.
all the
It's
time?
pretty much in life.
Okay.
Everywhere.
So if there are any PTSD trained counsellors that are watching this, if they want to give Serrado a shout. Okay, so yeah, it's hard to gauge the passage of time, but it's not very long. You're not having to make very many strokes. Your arms aren't getting particularly tired. And Iggy, you see another one of these large lock gates rising. The top of it's, again, about 30 feet up from the surface of the water. A lot less than it has been before.
Another one coming up, boys and girl.
Very soon this comes into your view, and you can see, again, two kind of, just the flat level of the stone, faint join down the centre of it, and as you gaze across to either side, the channel seems to have narrowed a little bit, and you can see a white mark coming down, trailing down the edge of where the kind of lock gate meets the stone wall, and there's a dark entrance on one side where the white is coming down, and you can see and hear now water, as if it's like a waterfall coming down and just spilling into the bottom chain. It's not a tumbling waterfall, it's just a steady flow of water against the side of the rock with minerals. Iggy, you'll know that minerals are getting deposited there, and that's possibly what the glow is as the stream brings it down.
Looks like we've got to repeat the process.
So is the entrance, is that where that river's coming down and out? Is that low down or is that higher up?
That's higher up. So the darkness on the edge of town. Great album. Everybody should listen to it. The darkness on the edge of the cliff face is where the water is coming down. Is where the lock gate meets the wall, and there's only one cave just on the same side as all the others.
Okay, so I have to climb up again.
But only 30 feet, not the full 80 or whatever it is before.
Yeah.
So we'll climb up then?
Yeah.
I guess we have to.
Yep.
So who's going to go first?
Not me.
Not me this time.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Oh,
what a gentleman.
It happens sometimes.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, get the fan out.
Yeah.
So Iggy, you're going first, you say?
Yeah, I'll climb up first.
Okay. Okay, make me...
do you want to set some rope with you to lower back down?
No.
Oh, okay. As soon as you kind of try to get a bit of footing, do you kind of slip in and slide in a little bit from where the water is coming?
Yeah, clearly.
amateur. And I go up the same rope, step on him to get a lift up, and then make my way up.
Okay.
There's no rope there.
Yeah,
I
check.
Well, I use you for leverage.
You are the rope.
Can I dunk him in the water for treading on me?
Yeah, do it with disadvantage, Ode. As Ignatius is trying to kind of like grab hold of your feet and pull you off.
Would you like acrobatics or athletics?
Athletics.
At disadvantage, yeah?
Your disadvantage as you're fighting against Iggy not being a very helpful lever.
Roll 220s. Do it.
Go on, that would be hilarious. You've got inspiration, by the way, if you want to call it.
I think they're all... They're both just trying to impress Zerelda, I think, now.
I just don't appreciate being trodden on.
I thought you were trying to help me.
No. Oh, that's not bad! It's not bad!
That's pretty good.
Okay, yeah, you basically use his head. As he grabs your foot to push you off, you just use the forced leap up as he's trying to push you. The flip side is, it looks like Iggy was trying to help, not hinder.
Thank you very much.
That was very chivalrous of you, Iggy. And well done, Ode.
He looked like he needed a hand.
And you get to the top. It's again the same width, about 10 feet wide. You can see the darkness of the tunnel. You can see the stream as it kind of comes out of the entrance and floods down. It looks to be quite a steady flow of water as it's going down there.
How big a drop does it look like on the other side?
It looks about 50 feet on the other side.
So I can see the bottom, basically. That's
I just realised we've committed a massive lock gate faux pas. We haven't been shutting them as we've gone through, have we?
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
We'll just shut the last one, it's fine.
No, what I mean is, when we open it, it's just going to flood wherever. Skullport's going to be no more when we hit that.
Should we be coming up there with
reliever?
Yeah, we're just going to open it, and now we all think Skullport's potentially imaginary anyway. We just get in, it's just like this big lake, and we're like, oh, there's nothing there, and it's just it's so far underwater.
Yeah, you call it Skullport, and there's just one, with the water.
Torkel's like Mask provides. Sorry, did you ask me a question? I think.
Yeah, can I want to try and find some sort of lever mechanism for opening this thing?
Are you heading into the cave?
There is a cave there.
Yeah,
okay,
have
good.
a look in the cave first. What's up there?
I'll go up after.
Okay, athletics.
Yeah, I'll give you a bunk. Like I'm clearly standing here doing for everybody.
Advantage. Zerelda jogs up there as well. So you see Ode is ahead of you, heading into cave. Anybody else going up?
I'll start climbing.
Okay, athletics.
I'll follow Flynn.
Okay, Fen, you get up. Okay, Aldred, as you're part way up, then Ode, you can hear guttural voices, talking in a language that you don't understand, but quite kind of vicious, dissonant language.
Sharp consonants.
Sorry?
Sharp consonants.
Sharp consonants. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you carrying on?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, you're going to try and do anything stealthy or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm going to go... oh, hang on. Which spells can I... Do I have a spell slot for it left?
Skadoosh. Yeah.
I'm going to go invisible.
Okay, Aldred, you head up there. Ode is invisible. Okay.
I'll finally try and climb up behind everyone now that I've helped everyone else up.
Ooh.
No, those aren't enemies. Don't worry about them.
Oh.
Hold on. Let me just do some jiggery pokery. Sorry, guys.
I'm going to cast invisibility on them.
On them?
Yeah.
That's
You don't get to recover that many.
Big amount.
Do you?
And an 8th level spell.
So I assume that Ode is the only one who has heard these things and not told any of them. That's the story I'm going with.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
We'll know about them when he thunder waves them.
But he has got invisible in front of us. Or in front of whoever managed to climb up next.
Could I have an initiative roll, please, Ode?
Okay.
Fen, as you near the edge of this cave, you can hear this talking as well.
Do I understand it?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ode, you are kind of like on the edge of here. So I've got the map fired up, so if you want to kind of head over to Fanny's Grounds, if you weren't already. So you can see a group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Kuo-Toa.
Okay.
Some of them are in this stream, which is about up to their knees, almost up to their waists. It seems to be quite deep. And they appear to be, from their gesticulations, having some kind of argument or disagreement as far as you can tell. Fen, you can hear a language you don't understand, sharp consonants and whatnot as described. You can't place it as Kuo-Toa. There's a number of different voices, so you can't make out how many.
I'll turn to everyone behind me and
let's give everybody initiative rolls.
Yeah.
Am I up there now then? Or do I need to
can I
roll?
have an athletics, please? Yeah, you're up.
Oh, it's not me yet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Initiative.
Yeah,
There we go.
Yeah.
Now I'll roll initiative, which will always be at the very end.
me and Ode are quick.
Yeah.
So Ziggy.
Oh no, that was my athletics.
Yeah.
My initiative is not quick.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. We were the last two people up, so thematically...
Yeah, that works.
Also, I'm a big hulking dude. I'm not fast on my feet.
Okay, so that's what you've seen, Ode. Fen, what are you doing? Top of the round.
So I'll turn to everyone behind me and like put my fingers to lips and like and ears to say quiet, and I'm gonna stealth in. Like I don't know exactly where Ode's gone because he's turned invisible, but I'm gonna stealth in along the right hand side of the wall and try and get closer to get a look. But I'm gonna try and be quiet about it.
Okay, make me a stealth check, please.
Nice. He's more invisible than Ode.
Yeah, that's a 20.
Oh, in fact, I should possibly give you the invisible condition, Fan. Ode, sorry, you're invisible.
Cool.
Did we have a short rest at the end of the last one, did we say?
Yeah, because I've used up nearly all my hit
Why
dice.
does it say too
I was
old
going to
by
say I need to
Fen?
actually roll some hit dice then.
Why does it say what?
Why does it say too old by Fen?
Where?
The invisible effect.
Oh yeah.
It's like
because
you cast it on him.
yeah, because Fen's active in the combat tracker.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's invisible to me. Yeah, that's
No. It's simply that you're active in the combat tracker when I made Ode invisible.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's like
Yeah.
you've cast
Fantasy
it.
Ground thinks that that's an effect you've imposed upon Ode. Okay, so you see this is, so let's say that's your move action then to get to there. So you've got another move or an action left. Or you've got your uncanny bullshit or whatever it is in rogue life.
Uncanny bullshit. Ooh.
Rogue life.
What are you doing, Fen?
He's talking off screen.
Oh yes, I see. Clearly he's trying to talk to Ode, but he doesn't know where he is.
It's invisibility has made him mute.
Yeah.
No, that's how good he is at stealth. He just can like.
He's shouting, he just can't hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to stealth up to. I don't know. I assume that's like a stalactite about there.
Or a stalagmite. I can't remember which way.
And I just want to.
Tight hand, you think hanging on tight.
And I just want to like observe for now, see what the Kuo-Toa are doing.
They're having an argument. It looks like some of them want to go further up the. I don't know why I'm moving my cursor. You guys can't see it. Some people on the stream can. Some of them want to go north. Some want to go south. South would lead out towards the main kind of entrance way.
Do any of the Kuo-Toa look bigger than the others?
Not outside of normal kind of Kuo-Toa range as far as you can establish. I mean, you've read a lot of books, and you know that Kuo-Toa has a size range very similar to humans, and a quick assessment of the situation suggests that they're all of expected Kuo-Toa range. But the books that you read, you don't really know the veracity, because in other books that you read, they were dissing the author of the book about the Kuo-Toa, so you make your own mind up on these things, right? I would say
I would interested in that book.
that's it. Rule of small numbers.
Yeah. I definitely revalidated all the things in Volo's Guide to Everything.
If I get in now, I could assassinate one.
Yeah,
that's tempting. How far have I moved? I can use I can move as part of my bonus as well, can't I? So, and Kuo-Toa 2 and Kuo-Toa Monitor 3, they're the nearest. Are they in the water?
Yeah.
How deep does it look?
How deep is your love? It's up to their knees.
All right.
Up to their fishy little knees.
Ew, fishy knees.
Fishy knees. They just love it.
Cheesy peas and fishy knees.
So let's just take a quick gander at these. The one at the bottom isn't wearing. In fact, I don't think any of them are wearing armor. No, none of them are wearing armor.
Assassinate feels like a bit like overkill.
Just kill would be.
He's not allowed to use it yet, though. That's the thing. Yeah. Just throw a cross. Wait, you have a crossbow preloaded. Could you just aim and the second something goes off, just shoot one that's not moving?
Oh yeah, could. Does assassinate work on ranged weapons? It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's first if you attack, isn't it? A creature that's not taken its turn yet.
Oh yeah.
And then you auto crit if you attack a creature that's surprised.
Oh, the damage is insane.
And then, as an orc, don't you roll some additional
an
damage?
extra die.
You roll an extra thing.
I do 3d8 plus 3d8 plus 66 plus 3.
I can't wait for
Consider
more
the sharpshooter.
And now I'll miss. I'm going to slowly get my crossbow out.
Okay. Oh shit! Do you know what? You left it in your other pants. Okay.
I don't think
There's someone's microwave.
Yeah.
It was the dishwasher.
That's the Kuo-Toa's pulse.
Take an inspiration point for getting into the mind of your enemy.
I might use that inspiration right now. So I'm gonna slowly draw my crossbow.
Beep, beep,
I'm gonna squint I'm going to squint as hard as I can just to make sure
That you
O
can't
doesn't
see
wander in
clearly.
front of me invisibly.
Oh, yes.
And then I'm going to fire.
Natty one, please, natty one.
I'm going to fire at.
He's using his inspiration, so I hope not.
Yeah. I'm going to fire at Kuo-Toa monitor 3,
Okay.
which is the one nearest. Second, like that one. Yeah, the second one up.
Yep.
Let me find my crossbow. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Nice. Nicely played. Oh, do you see all this happen in front of you?
Okay.
Well, I crit anyways. It doesn't matter.
How many dice are you throwing now, though? Because that's double your normal dice and your orc dice, right?
I can't crit, so it's just still my assassinate.
Yeah, so it's double your assassinate, double the weapon.
No, I don't think it double assassinate. I don't think you can double my crit already because it's an auto crit if I hit anyway.
Sorry, double your sneak attack is what I meant to say.
Yeah. So right, I'll roll it then.
Wow.
Oh, you rolled it twice. Oh, well.
Oh, there's a lot of low ones in there.
So you're doing what? 36 damage to.
No, it's 33. Oh, I didn't drop it on it, did I? Oh, why has it gone twice?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Why has it gone twice?
Drop it on it. Drop it on it.
Drop it like it's hot.
And is that including your orc die as well, yeah?
Yeah, that's everything.
Fuck it.
What?
Wow.
Jesus!
Oh no,
What
it has. It's added the crit to that.
Now it's
so-
done the crit.
Yeah, now it's on the
Get
crit.
out.
Okay.
40.
We just half that and say it's probably dead.
I
Am I
don't-
right in saying?
I don't think that should be 81. I think that should be 40.
Yeah.
That should be 40.
Yeah, 40.
Why would it be 40?
Because my
'Cause
crit's
it-
already.
it's doubled
I've already-
everything.
Round down.
So what you've done is you've made your
Oh,
assassinate
okay.
without, yeah.
Okay.
Assassinate is an auto crit anyway, so my assassinate function button is already a crit. Because
Yeah.
assassinate is always a crit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's -3.
But,
So-
but you'll need that in future. It was just unfortunate that this one was indeed a normal
I know.
crit.
What a waste of a crit. When it
I
a
was
crit
gonna
anyway.
say, for 81 damage, it's just
What, 40
That's
damage is
ludicrous.
still
Do they-
pretty good.
do they-
There's
have
no
more hands than
expensive for
40
you,
then,
though, but
Paul?
it's a shame that we need the. Yeah, that's awesome anyway.
Okay, so you with a single crossbow bolt,
Yeah.
take it straight into the eye. It embeds itself. It screams. It's down on its knees. I'm going to mark it as prone. It's not dead.
Wow.
nice.
I mean, that's scary in itself.
In
And then I'll-
fact, I'm going to mark it as incapacitated because it's
then-
just taken a substantial amount of damage. And
And
it's
do-
like, "Wah!"
Can I then hide, or does my stealth count as my hiding still?
No, I need another stealth roll.
Oh, I'll do another stealth. I'll do.
Okay, I'll give them a. Okay, fine. Okay. You're next. Do you want to move us on, Finn?
So, just for future reference, instant death is negative your max health
Mhm.
roll, right? Yeah, so Fen was like 4 off, like insta-killing Aldred if he shot him.
Don't wander in front of me now.
Okay, Finn, could you move us onto Ode, please?
Oh, yep. Combat tracker. I did have a combat tracker open.
And could you kill the inspiration that you've got as well?
I think it already has.
It's still showing on mine.
Oh, no, it hasn't, yeah.
Right. I'm going to move both my turns because I expect these things to start coming the other way. So I'm going to put myself right over here.
This is
I
definitely
reckon.
shoot first, ask questions later.
I expect them all. I wouldn't be surprised if they all run in. I'm going to take the dodge action though.
You're invisible.
Yeah, well, I don't want anyone touching me.
Ooh, get off!
I think they
They're
already
so
have
fishy.
disadvantage on attacking you.
It's them fishy knees. Put him right
Yeah,
off.
but I can't get close enough to get a particularly great Thunderwave on them, and I want a great Thunderwave.
Okay, you move to the Ode. Anything else?
Not I don't think so.
Okay.
I'll keep the invisibility going on, so I'll on to the next one.
Okay. This.
They have sea invisibility.
Yeah, they do. Well, they can. Kuo-Toa can. Yeah, they've got
Oh
the
my
early
God,
perception. But only when you move. But you made it.
He's not going like that, thinking they can't see him.
No, he took the dodge action, so even though they can see him, he's still benefiting from dodge now.
So he's now going like that.
Yeah.
They have this.
I
But-
want to read that.
Oh, that is fantastic!
But they are actually still surprised, so they can't do anything. They can't take an action or move because they were in the middle of an argument and you were all very stealthy in kind of going up there. So it's Zeralda's turn. So these all kind of like, what the fuck? And they all immediately look to the square that Ode's in. Because whilst they can find invisible things, they can't see stealthy things. And Ode, you go, today I learned. Zeralda, you're probably about 5 foot off this map.
Okay, well, I will enter the map,
Enter
having
the map.
seen kind of... Can I see Fen?
You can see Fen, yeah.
Yeah. So, is that all my movement putting me there, or
No, so you're
can I
taking
still
5
move?
foot. I think is 5 foot. You still got 25 feet left.
Okay, so I'm going to go to about here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not putting me in it properly.
I don't worry too much about the squares.
And I will. Is it worth it? No. Yes. No, I'm just going to stay there, I think.
Okay, cool. Anything else?
And then I'm just going to let Ode know that these things can probably see through his invisibility, and that it was a very rookie mistake wasting a spell like that.
You can't see Ode though.
Yeah,
No.
but
Oh,
even
no, you
even
can.
Zeralda's read that in a book. Ode.
Zeralda's just cross-referencing where all the Kuo-Toa are looking.
Why are all the Kuo-Toa staring at this empty space next
Oh,
to
that must
me?
be where Ode is.
I'm actually a Kuo-Toa myself.
Yeah. Are you
So-
wearing a fishy armor?
I am.
Oh, you're wearing a fishy armor.
I've cleaned it a bit.
And that's me. Has it moved it on?
Yeah, I just now. So that Kuo-Toa is surprised. Aldred, again, you're about 10 foot off this map. So
10
I'll
foot.
say your 10 foot move puts you there.
Right. So I still have another 20 feet.
Yeah, because Zeralda went up after Fen. You went up after Zeralda, and Iggy went up after you. So I'm just going to say there's 5 foot more for each one of
I'll
you.
go diagonal there, yeah. So that's
I
1,
went
2, 3
before
up, and
then.
then a diagonal.
You go up fourth. Oh, okay. You
I
barged
went
past
up.
Aldred.
No, I went up before Fen.
Oh, Fen barged past you then.
Yes.
I don't think there's a better time for a fireball, is there?
Oh Christ.
Timora, I think is who you'd call to.
A bunch of them are stood in water. Does that
Timora's
make any
tits.
difference?
No.
Is there a risk you'd hit Ode?
Yes.
He can't see
Well,
him.
depends where. How far
I
can
mean,
you see?
you could have hit him square in the back because you don't know where he stood.
Marco.
Look at him me in the back.
I think fireball used to work like that, but in these editions it just appears somewhere. You don't like really. I don't
Ah,
think
so it
you can do
doesn't
in this
travel,
edition.
it summons.
Yeah,
Okay.
it used to travel and it used to hit stuff and explode, but I don't think it does that in this edition. It helped it had the number of feet. I think it's a 20-foot cone. Am I right in saying that? Let me just open it up.
Yes, it's 20 foot.
20-foot circle.
Yeah.
Sorry, circle. What am I
Yeah,
about?
sphere, yeah.
wonder, put it up in the center of the square. Is that a good idea? No, not drawing.
Yeah. Okay.
Circle. There we go. Oh, I forgot how huge this thing was. Oh, okay, that's hitting zero. Let's move that back a scooch.
Oh,
Wow.
Zerelda's going to have her eyebrows drawn on.
Okay,
after that.
so the easiest way to do this is to target each of those. And you can do that by targeting all enemy, I think.
Yes.
Target enemy
we talked
units.
about this last time.
So if you've got on the top of the map, do you have the kind of like little, I don't know what
Target
it would be.
mode thing, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a target mode icon next to the waffle.
And do you have target enemy units as one of the icons? The
tar-
far right
sorry.
icon.
Top left of the map, target mode.
Yep.
Yeah, and then just click all of them and then drop the dice.
So there is a button on
Apply
mine
the
that says
damage.
target enemy units, which is
Oh yeah.
the kind of like mask, ironically.
Oh, there we go. I can just. That's pretty
Oh.
cool.
Okay.
Cool.
So this now should work out dex saves and damage and such like.
Oh, that's more efficient.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
looked
awesome.
I looked into it after the last one. So wherever we encounter something where we find it a little bit clunky. Right, so now I need to work up. So you did 28 damage.
Oh, right. Sorry, I should have done the saves. And
Yes, you should have forced them to do a
Yes.
save. So let me just give them all no wounds.
yeah, except the one thingy. Yeah, okay.
That's
He's got a
Sorry,
crossbow on his head. I didn't have to use my inspiration. I had an advantage on that anyway.
Oh, he's got 40. Yeah, that's right. You did have advantage on it.
Yeah, he took
Keep
40
your
damage.
inspiration if you want, because functionally it wouldn't have actually given you any benefit. Okay, so yeah, give them a save.
Give them a save and then drop the damage. Right, there we go. They're saves.
Okay, so now drop the damage because I think they've all failed. Apart from maybe one.
Oh,
Maybe
Oh, it's a barrel
34.
roll.
Right, so let's just do this then. So the one that was clutching at his eye.
Has it added them on, the damage?
Yeah, because he's
it
dead,
has,
and
he's
everyone
dead.
else is damaged now.
So
Except the front two.
so Aldred kind of comes racing in behind. Describe to us what you do, Aldred.
Yeah, so Aldred kind of he hears the twang of the bolt and goes, right, fuck, shit, it's gonna get real now. And he races forward and is there like a cannon hat symbol for fireball? You just point, don't you? Is that right?
Yeah, just point.
Yeah, just point, and then like you see like a little shimmer of like red, kind of like a spark at that point where the 20 is, and it just explodes and erupts into a fire like hellstorm.
Immediately
sphere.
followed by a load of steam that just rises from the river, and as the water kind of comes back rushing in from where it's being instantly evaporated, it just hisses. I'm gonna,
Steamed fish.
yeah,
I was gonna say, is it now deemed to be like fog in there?
yeah, it's going to be obscure.
Have we got reduced visibility?
yeah.
Yeah, but it'll kind of like immediately.
It's alright, they don't
move
see
off.
through invisibility. I mean, they
I'm
don't see through
thinking like,
fog.
surely the amount of water that's come over Ode, you can see me now, but I'm just like some sort of watery effect over
Yeah,
me.
just wisping around you. Okay, you might want to clear those targets. So on your combat tracker, if you click on the circles, it'll give you the option to clear targets, which is the red circle with a cross through it, or a line through it, on the far right,
On the map.
on the combat tracker.
And I believe that's my turn because I'm not really going to do anything with my bonus.
Okay, do you want to move us along?
I just clicked it, but it's not seeming like it's wanting to do that.
Oh, okay, got it now. You are still surprised. You are still surprised. You are dead. Its corpse is just floating down its charred remains.
a surprise corpse.
Ignatius,
Fuck.
you've used 15 foot of movement to get to there.
Well, having seen the place just massively illuminated by a
Yes.
fireball, I will. I'll summon the glaive.
You race in, and just as last time, your beard got singed by a fireball. You see Zerelda's beard has been singed. Oh,
She's never been so clean shaven.
yeah, that's right. Okay, so do you want to describe the glaive and how it appears this time?
Yep. So as soon as I kind of like pull short, having seen this fireball, and then just put my hands out in front of me, and the shaft once again materializes. The blade this time is a deep umbral kind of red, sort of like burnt terracotta kind of colour. And then again, the runes boof, 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 boof along the edge of it as it appears in my hands.
Different runes?
Different again.
Same alphabet?
Same alphabet.
Okay. All the steam kind of that was wafting around into the blade again.
And I'll move the rest of my movement to get as close into
Okay,
the
do you
action
want to move
as I
us?
can. So what have I got left? 15?
Yeah.
We can go diagonally, can't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically it counts as 1.5, but I never played with that rule and I can't be bothered with it.
There you go. I'll get us that far then with my 30.
Yep, okay, cool. Surprised. Top of the round, Fen.
So they still haven't had a turn in the combat. have they?
Yeah, no, they've had a turn, but they had no actions to take, so you can't assassinate another one.
They're not still surprised because they haven't been yet.
They
No,
are
so
only
their
surprised in their
turns
turn.
went by, and then they unsurprised themselves, but that's all they could do.
Okay. So I will take a pot shot again. How many bolts have I got left?
So you're still hidden.
Yep. I'm just checking my.
Which will give you advantage.
Oh, which will give them sneak attack.
Yep. So I will. Yeah, I'll shoot at Kuo-Toa Whip 2.
Yeah, that's not what his mum called him. She called him Kuo-Toa Whip 4. Yep, okay, that hits.
So that's just a normal sneak attack.
You line it up again. You can see kind of like the charred, slightly melted face around him. Though, in fact, he must have ducked under the water. So he looks more boiled than charred.
Slightly pink.
Yeah. It's like some kind of lobster. It screams in pain.
I'll use my cutlass sneak attack template. It's the same damage. Did that drop on it?
Yep.
Yeah, these are sturdy guys.
Yeah, they are.
It doesn't say that it's targeted it.
Oh, you don't need to target if you dropped
It
it on. It does in the combat tracker and the combat log.
All right. Okay.
It definitely took damage because it was one of the two that were still green after the fireball.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
see it. It's in the log.
Okay. And I will. I think
Describe
when a
it to us.
fireball.
Describe it to us.
Well, when the fireball goes off, I think I probably lose my cool slightly. I'm not that keen on ice fire,
Boom.
so I'll pick a pot shot off, and then I'll kind of move further this way, away from the smouldering heat.
Yep. Okay.
And I kind of give Ignatius a glance, and then I glance at his glaive and be like, "You're gonna have to explain that one day."
That's quite a subtle thing to communicate in a glance, but Fen pulls it off. Oh.
He just stares distastefully at the glaive and then looks at Ignatius.
Raises one eyebrow.
It's
In the universal symbol for you've got some explaining to do, young man. Young man. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
It's more of a, the
Second,
fuck is that?
Change the 15-foot cube around me. So if I were to go, stay here.
Yep, they all follow you as you kind of go past. Eyes.
Oh yeah.
Fishy
Good.
eyes.
That's fine.
Fishy.
How would I be highlighting them all so they all make con saves?
Admiral Akbar. It's a trap! One of them says. So you select the ones that you want. So if you, on the map,
Yeah.
at the top there's a grey bar, which has got a target mode.
Target enemy units.
Yep. So that would target them all, including the one at the bottom, which I think is more than 15 foot.
Target friendly units.
So if you
So
just click on the
just-
circle and then you just click
Yeah.
the ones that you want.
Yeah.
Target mode.
Target
The cool
mode.
thing is, you can click and drag though if you can like get them all in a nice little.
Or if you press the circle thing on the combat tracker and click the drag, you can drag that crosshairs onto the targets. Oh, I've just targeted you.
Right.
Ben's stealth check was amazing. Can't
Yeah.
see him at all.
So it should be, I think it's those ones.
Yeah, that does include you though.
Yeah, and I'm setting off Thunderwave.
Yeah. Okay. So describe it to us.
Right, before I do, the save, they're all highlighted. I just have to click
Yeah.
on it. Right, so they can see me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care.
Well, they can
I take the
pinpoint you.
loot off my back, off my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
I stand right in the middle of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I say to myself, "Fuck you, 3 strings," and I play a massive power chord.
Somewhere in Waterdeep, 3 strings cries out in anguish and pain.
Like 1,000 voices silenced.
Yeah. And that's just at his gig.
That's good.
Okay, so now roll
That's gonna be
damage.
the most epic recurring villain.
Who's not even a villain? So they all failed.
Oh, wow.
So they
And
get
I am
pushed
doing this
back.
at a 3rd level as well, so it's a 4d8.
Okay, could be the end of these badges.
I hope so. Do I just click damage? I have to put it over anyone.
How did you do it, Nine?
Oh, so have you got them all targeted? Like,
Yeah.
you've got all the arrows, all the different arrows pointing to
Yeah.
them now. I just, after the save, I literally just clicked damage. Like, I didn't even drop it on anything. I just clicked damage on the thing.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Oh,
Done it.
they're largely still there, but they get shoved back. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By how much?
I think it's is it 5 feet? Let's check that.
Wouldn't be that impressive if it's 5 feet.
I thought it was
No.
10 feet.
Yeah, 10 feet. 10 feet away from you.
10 feet, 10 feet. 10, yeah, okay, so you go back, bang, against that and fall there. You go back to there, you go back to there, you go back to there. I'll move you a little bit. And this badger gets moved next to Zerelda. Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
I've
cool.
gone for the cool factor. I'm happy.
I
Right.
presume you're not invisible anymore.
Yeah, you are no longer.
Yeah, I'm not invisible anymore either.
Do you want to remove those targets as well? I think it's a good discipline to get into. Oh, you have done. Okay, cool. Otherwise, you'll be inadvertent. Okay, so now these guys get an action. You got a reasonable intelligence. Okay, so you can. Right. Okay. This one at the back. Blah, 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 and casts against. In fact, let me. Right, ignore that because I'm gonna do what you guys do.
Are they speaking a language any of us understand now?
No,
So it's not undercommon.
no. Undercommon, shundercommon is what they say. So let's target you. Target you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's cool. So they're not going to be able to target anybody else. Okay, fine. So then what do I do? I just click that, I guess. Maybe drag that to yeah. Oh no, so I can't just click it. I wonder if I have to. It's going to be rotating. I guess I have to drag it into there. Okay. But I can't drag it. Right, so you're making a save anyway. And you succeed, and you're making a save, Zerelda. But you fail. So, Zerelda, you have this effect. So the next time you make a roll, you suffer a D4 to it. You feel kind of like you feel slippery, as if you're covered in fish gunk, and it's kind of like in your mouth and kind of like around you and gets onto your hands and stuff like that. You don't feel any of this, Ode. Whenever you make an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends. Okay,
That's like Bane.
Basically, it's exactly like Bane. And I guess you've used one of those.
So what happens whenever I make an attack roll?
So the first time.
Right.
I think it will
No,
just
whenever.
do it.
No, in fact, whenever. Yeah. We'll just
Vision
see.
Blades are really good.
It's an effect
In fact,
that's on
we're
you.
about to find out, aren't we?
It should do it automatically then.
Yeah, because it's showing us the effect in the
Yeah.
actual tracker.
Okay. Well, I am just going to make an attack against this one then.
Yeah. So it did do it.
Which does do.
Yeah, so you missed.
And so that failed. So I will do the same thing again.
Yeah, it's every time as well.
Exactly the same.
But it hits.
Oh, lovely.
Are you actually dropping it on the Kuo-Toa, or are you just rolling it?
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah, I'm
dropping
dropping it
the
on there.
It doesn't seem to be saying what it usually does.
Yeah, it's not saying hit or miss.
They're not in our combat tracker.
Oh, that's
Oh,
why.
those aren't visible. Okay. That's weird. I forgot about that. Okay, sorry guys.
And
That's showing
I
us some
will
confusion.
action surge.
Oh, okay.
Getting silly.
Third time.
And third time. I'll do it. Oh, that's the wrong thing. And I'll do it again. Oof. Oh, it hits.
Yeah.
So there's one.
Finish him.
And
Yeah.
I will also expend a superiority dice just to make sure that we do finish him. I think I haven't got that set up, so I'll have to roll that in addition to
Cool.
so that's that one, and then
No,
it's
you're dead
another.
anyway.
Oh
Anyway.
man!
You did roll max damage though, so.
You
Oh, that's
squished him with
true.
an hammer.
Yeah, okay.
Do I need to mark that off? Still, I do. Yeah, I have done, but I won't bother rolling.
Okay, so can you describe to us what you do?
Yeah, so in my slightly weakened state of missing, anyway, I just swing wildly, hoping to hit it, and while I do, it sort of marks a Z for Zerelda in his chest.
With a warhammer.
with a warhammer.
It
With a warhammer.
bruises into the
Bruises
chest.
a Z, yeah. And then she goes, "What a nasty little creature!" And then she just saunters off towards the water for the next one, and ends her turn.
I like it. Okay, cool. Move us along. Aldred.
Okay. I still do not have a lot of offensive spells, so I am going to. Guess I'll take a step forward, and I am just going to target. There's some stalactite shenanigans. Is that obscuring Kuo-Toa number 2?
No.
Stalactites hang from the bottom, from the top.
Okay, then the reverse stalactites.
Stalagmites.
Stalagmites, stalactites, gotta have a system.
And yeah. Let's see if I can do it the posh way. This might be better. So if I target one dude. No, it's not working. Target him. No.
You need to click and drag if you're doing it from the.
There we go. And then I will just roll cast on fireball. That still hit. And damage. It's not impressive.
Okay, do you want to describe?
Yeah, so I take a wheel forward. No, I take a step forward, and I kind of like pivot to try and see around these rock formations, and I guess that feeds into doing like a glancing blow off the shoulder of the Kuo-Toa.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay. It's Kuo-Toa 4 that casts the spell, so that's fine.
Oh, and I'll take another 5 foot step back.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Anything else?
No, that'll be it, and it will be whose ever turn it is now. Oh, it's the one I just hit. Not that guy.
Right. It sees the elder kind of come forward, and it kind of slashes at it with its bite. And Zerelda kind of just bashes it away with the blunt end of a warhammer, which could be either end.
At the end of it's got a spike in for it to write a Z.
And then what it does is it takes its staff, and this is a staff with like a pincer on the end, and it tries to kind of grab at Zerelda.
They were just litter picking in here. That's all they were doing.
Yeah. But again, Zerelda dodges around it, avoiding the grapple rules quite successfully. Next one is this monitor one. Okay, so this one races forward to you, Ode. You can see as it's racing forward, kind of like little sparks of energy come off of its fists. And it goes thump with its left hand, smacking into you.
Monkfish?
into one of your kidneys, and you feel a jolt of electricity, and then it comes in with its other hand, swings over the top of your head, missing wildly, and as you duck down, it bites at your face. Ooh, taking a chunk of face off. It grabs your nose. And tries to rag it off, but unfortunately, it's attached to your face.
Unfortunately.
Iggy.
Yeah. Well, this seems to be going well. I'm going to head forward. So, 1, 2, 3. It's about there.
Yep.
And I'm going to slam the glaive into the ground.
You shall not pass!
Similar. And as I do, it goes boof, 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 boof. The runes lighting up the blade.
They go.
Two blasts of energy.
Not pass. Okay.
One heading towards Kuo-Toa monitor. In fact, can I target? So can I target two at once?
Yeah. You're targeting all.
You see these blasts of energy? Are they like formless light, or are they something else?
They were sort of. So the first one that fired in the cave after the fire was a deep, like fire red. In the second cave, it was more of a kind of milky white phosphorescence.
Of course, it was.
And in this cave, it appears to be emanating in a similar colour to kind of like it's quite a clear white, like the steam that it sucked in earlier.
Yeah, okay.
Why is it not letting me target? How do you do two at once?
So if you click and drag the crosshairs, and then just click and drag it into another one.
Right.
Are you doing it from the combat tracker or from the map?
There we go.
Yeah, okay, you got it.
Now it's trying to move the map. So,
He attacked so hard the map started moving away from him.
Yeah. Iggy attacked so hard the earth moved for me too.
there we go. I've got two of them. And then I presume I can just click attack on here. And one miss and one hit.
Oh, that's cool. It actually divided it between the... Yeah, that's really clever.
And then I'll hit damage.
Oh!
Oh, that's good.
Tasty.
And that's Kuo-Toa monitor 2. Oh, the one over there. Okay, cool. So this white, steamy bolt kind of smashes into it. And it kind of staggers back a little. Right. Let's see what you can do. Yep, it is you, isn't it? Okay, so you can't see any of these guys. Races forward to help its companion.
Whoa, hello.
Takes a bite at Ode's ear, misses his ear. Takes a go with its staff to try to kind of pin him down. Oh! Okay, so let's see.
It's not what we like to see.
Just grappled. Right, okay. So it hits you for not very much damage. And then it grapples you.
Oh. Damn.
You feel so sad when a crit is less than your max damage
Oh, no.
on a normal attack.
So you're kind of like caught in the pincers of this staff. It sniggers. In fish. And then Monitor 2, seeing that one's been grappled, raises in. Takes a bite at the back of your neck. Nobody's not sure how it misses. Then punches through your shoulder.
Is it bouncing off the pincer of the grapple?
Yeah, the other one is it screams at the one that's grappling you, and everybody understands. Can you just hold the fucker still? That's better.
Clearly.
Ode's gonna turn around right now and be like, "I'm not stuck here with you. You're stuck here with me," and cast another thunder wave.
Smashing into.
How did you know?
Ben.
Okay, now that Ode looks like he's getting swamped a bit, I'm going to take a step
I'm
forward.
fine, I'm fine!
I'm going to shoulder my crossbow and fire it at one of them. At Kuo-Toa Monitor 2.
I'm good, I've got this. Go for one of the other ones.
Guys, this will be so cool.
Action.
It's like, well, they're almost like they're playing to your strengths.
Okay.
He's deadly in a mosh pit, is all I'll say.
Yeah.
When he goes to see 3 strings.
Oh,
Yeah.
Damage exceeds hit points by 20.
Oh, is it 20 that's your limit?
No,
I
no,
think
it's
just
saying that it's
recording
done
the
more
fact that
damage
it's
to it.
it's
yeah,
by-
it was on
by-
6 HP and I did 26.
Yeah.
He's
Okay,
over-
that one
who's
drops.
the-
Anything else fun?
Nope.
Okay, Ode. There's a dead one
Oh, you
next to
should have
you.
gone for the other one. This is going to look so cool with three of them around me. But we'll go for the 2.
Yeah, but the one still stood there. He's just slowly falling, and he's just going to ragdoll.
So like,
Yeah,
It was definitely me that killed it, is what he's going to claim.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even there's a bolt all the way through its head.
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
So
Tell
it's
you
just
what,
a-
can I
it's-
step through them?
Well,
Oh,
to
no,
the
I'm
other
still being
side.
grappled, aren't I?
Yeah, you're being grappled, yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
actually
Okay.
careful.
1, 2.
Not for long.
Well, it's when it takes Ode's head with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the downside is, I think if I let off a, it's 30 foot, 15 foot from me, yeah, I'm pretty sure
Because it's a
the
cube.
nations will get caught up in this.
It's not a surround, it's a cube, so you can kind of
You can
directionalize
put
it.
yourself on the corner of the cube.
Yeah, you can be the corner of the cube.
Well, that's an intro. I never thought of it like that. Okay. We'll go with that then.
On account of it being the rules.
closer because, like, if he's already trodden on my head once, then it's.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I can take him out with my next glaive it.
Oh, one passed. Oh, you've cast on yourself, I see.
Yeah. I'm glad, because you'll have targeted yourself.
You'll
Yeah,
target
because
yourself.
I'm in. Okay.
You succeeded against yourself, though, at least.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
Pros and cons, I guess.
yeah.
swings and roundabouts. You might want to untarget, yeah, because you're going to roll damage
Oh,
against
okay,
yourself
you
now.
just damaged yourself now with it.
So you're on 25 because you just did 9 damage to yourself. Right, okay, so let's see.
Can I
So
sort that out?
I've just done it.
Oh.
Right, so let's see. So
One's unconscious, one's dying.
Kuo-Toa monitor 1 saved. Kuo-Toa monitor 1 saved. Okay. Kuo-Toa whip 3 failed. Kuo-Toa whip 3 is a one that's dead as well. Yeah, okay. So as it dies, it lets go of the pincer staff. Its corpse gets shoved over there. That one doesn't get moved. You've got a pincer staff wrapped around your kind of like upper body, just wangling around. You're no longer grappled, but it's just a little bit frustrating.
I'll shoot me out of it.
Okay. Anything else?
Those are off. Those are good. 1, 2. I'm gonna go. Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, cool. Right, so you have used one of your spells. You're there. Okay. He legs it. He's gone. He's out of there. Boom. Yep. So he has.
Fair.
He's ran out towards the lock. So let me. I'll just make him invisible. And he's dropped concentration as he did so.
Yeah, I bet they're only out here to try and find out what's happened with the water.
Can you imagine?
So it's your turn.
We attacked them.
There's just a bunch of merchants on the way to.
No, it is Liverpool.
Not prepared,
Refugees
Wait
from
till we
Liverpool.
search their bodies, we'll find them.
I'm just going to finish this one off because he smells.
Only reason.
Yep. Okay.
And
Damage.
and we'll just wail on him again. Better.
You're like prodding him away. He goes, "Oh,
Get away!
Oh, I should have used that. Oh, I should have used a super. Oh well. Can I use a superiority dice?
Yeah, go for it.
So
So what maneuver are you doing?
I am going to do a. If there's nothing else within 5 feet, I was going to do a sweeping attack and move earlier, but I guess I'll just do a goading attack.
Okay.
Which means that it has to make a wisdom saving throw, but it also takes 8 points more damage as well.
Is it 8 or is it like a D8?
It's a D8.
It was a D8 that I rolled, and it rolled 8. I think.
Alright.
Where did you
Did it?
roll?
Oh, it didn't. It didn't actually. No, it didn't. Sorry, I'll roll it there. It does 1.
When one
That's a
becomes 8.
D10.
Oh, is that a D10? Sorry.
oh, there you go.
Seven.
It is a 7.
That was lucky."
Against 2. 7.
Yeah.
Oh, if it was 8, it'd have died. But it makes a wisdom save.
A wisdom saving throw.
He's the most wisdomous Kuo-Toa there is.
He may well be. Oh, he's not friendly though.
Wisdomable.
Or neutral. He's hostile.
But he didn't run away yet, so he's not the wisest of them all, is he?
Well,
That
it
was
just
the other
means
one.
he's braver than the wise one.
Yeah. He's a
Or
Gryffindor.
stupider.
It fails. So
It does.
what happens?
It has disadvantage on all attack rolls against targets other than me until the end
okay.
of my next turn. That's about it.
Okay, cool. Good stuff.
So basically, you're like going, "Come at me, bro."
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Kuo-Toa.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're doing. Flip,
Yeah.
and then you waggle your fin.
I'm talking to it in a racially insensitive way. That's
So you're just shouting and pointing a lot.
Yeah.
basically, yeah.
And you've just killed all its
You
mates.
should do this with your sword.
Oh, good.
Okay, let's just go for the firebolt again.
Yep.
Boom.
Ooh.
Yes.
Nice.
It wanted its chance. It wanted its opportunity to have a go at Zerelda, but it was denied it. Anything else?
No, so I basically just I get to the idea of where the stalagmites?
Yeah,
If they're up from the ground,
mighty or tighty.
Back
Okay.
in their tights because they have
Yes,
to hold on.
I get a good idea of
Jesus,
where the stalagmites are.
everybody watches Critical Role, Stephen Colbert, and it's stalactites, stalagmites. Off.
Yeah, I get a good idea where those are this time round. I just land the shot a lot better and blow his face off, basically.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, anything else?
I am going to take a step there and look from where we came from, because we have just made a lot of light and a lot of noise.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I
Torquil,
need to say.
You say
I'm
we.
just going to look that direction.
You say we, some of us
Yeah.
are stealthy about it, and
Yeah,
you're going to
yeah.
blow up the place.
Someone's made a lot of light and a lot of noise.
And I'm always stealthy.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
And I was like, a lot of noise. My bad. My bad.
you see Torquil and Seat playing patty cake, and then the Kuo-Toa dives past them into the water, and they're
Does
slightly
it eat
surprised.
seat on the way?
It does not eat Seat on the way.
I just imagine Torquil not even looking, it's holding up a dagger as it just goes over and just slices it open.
This
Not even look.
This monitor shrugs and says, and bites at Ode's nose again. Hit him! Oh, wow.
Get
Okay.
off my nose!
It's got a huge chunk, and then
It's going
it's
to be like Ode No Nose soon.
its fist follows its bite, smashes it
Three
into
strings? No nose.
Yeah.
hitting you with
How are you
essential
taking a
lightning.
kicking?
And
are you
then
still
again into his face
got 3
again,
points.
but misses this time. Oh, he's only got, I could have downed him. Okay, fair enough.
Who's looking rough?
Isn't he just?
Seeing Ode looking rough, I smile briefly to myself, then decide to go in and help him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll clobber him properly.
What? Oh,
I like this targeting system. Why haven't we been doing this all the time?
Well, I like dropping the dice on them.
I do.
Oh no,
as
I
well.
always miss.
I don't. I much prefer. I kind of want to exclusively use the targeting system.
Mm.
Oh, you have to for melee weapons. You can't do the targeting thing. That's annoying.
Looks like a hit though.
Squish.
Yeah, this has died.
Well,
Not bad.
Describe it to us, Iggy.
yeah, I
It's
sort of
still
smile.
attached to my nose.
Yeah. Decide that despite the fact Ode of treading on me earlier, I'm going to go help him. I plan to initially cast again, but the blade kind of pulls me forward, like almost hungrily. I feel like this sense of it wants to bite into flesh, and so I walk up to it,
Bites Ode's nose.
and stab it through its chest, giving it a twist at the end. and then pull it back out. And as I do, once again, it kind of draws sticky, oozy, fishy essence off of itself out of the body as it pulls back.
Nice, I like it. Yeah, very nice.
And then I just turn around and walk back away.
Okay.
On target.
Okay. Very nice. Okay, so all of the Kuo-Toa are dead, apart from the one that got away.
Yeah, except the one who's definitely not.
Except the one we bump into the marketplace later on.
I get a feeling that he's going to turn and leg it.
Okay. Anything else? What are you doing? In fact, what are you doing, guys? What are you doing?
So Aldred's going to
Search
cast...
the bodies.
Okay, yeah. So if you look at the party sheet.
Yep.
Oh.
Where's that?
Oh, sorry. If you
back-
go to
Top right.
Yeah, I and a load of 3 people.
Oh, yes.
Oh. Potions of healing, gems. Lovely.
11 gems.
11 gems of nondescript worth.
So in a leather satchel that the guy who wasn't in
They're
the
worth
water.
1 gold each.
Well, yeah, okay. So the gems are a light purple color. They're not worked gems. They're kind of like geodes. But you don't really know how much they're worth. They don't have a price tag attached to them.
They do. You click the little button.
Yeah, that's right.
Just turn it over, and if it's national quid.
So who's going to take the gems and who's going to take the potions?
Well, should we divvy out the potions to everyone but Fen? Because he's still got about 6 of them.
I don't think I got that many. I
think he gave them out after we called him out on it. Like,
I've got 2.
Because I knew there was should be potions there, and it looked like there was an empty potion crate.
Yeah, I've got 3 potions still, so I'm alright. I'll just take all the gems.
Yeah, okay, that sounds fair.
Okay. So I think that if I hit the assignment button,
Oh, we got experience as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you should
So
now find
Yep,
that you've
I
got
have got a
those.
potion of healing.
Cool.
Check my inventory. Yep, 11 gems.
Inventory.
It says I have half a potion of healing. Oh no, that's the weight.
It's the weight.
That is the weight.
Where should I think?
Can I change mine to 2 because I do actually have 2?
Yeah, I have,
Have
you not
I
got
have
one
one and one.
Yep,
Distribution. Sorry, where are you? Where are these? Are these now in your equipment?
Yeah, the
Inventory.
inventory.
So if you open your character sheet and click inventory, it'll just be...
What's this scroll of protection from plants, please?
Oh yeah,
so-
we gave
so
you in
last
case
time-
Zeke got a bit frisky.
Yeah, you've got the scroll of protection from
I've got the
plants.
encumbrance. Well,
you
I'm not
like-
encumbered.
yeah. So you
I've
can
got no. I haven't got
Matt.
it there.
Martin, if you've got 2 different potions listed, one of them's greater and one of them's normal.
Um,
Because we picked up some greater ones. I've got 1
Oh, that's
greater and
weird.
2 normal.
Yeah,
It's
for
not-
some
it's not
reason
listed on
it
the
hasn't passed to Ode. If you look at like in the tracker, in the chat tracker thing, it's potion of healing to Iggy, potion of healing to Zerelda, potion of healing to Aldred, Ode, nothing.
I'll take it.
So that means that there should just be a party inventory. Let's have a look. Potion of healing. No, so potion of healing greater is the one that you've got, Fen. If you've got 2, it's because they're pulled from different item lists, so they're exactly
Well,
the
I'd
same.
love to have some of the gems. To be fair.
That's mine.
Okay, why did it not go to your Ode? Okay, add a potion of healing to your inventory, Ode.
Cool.
I do think we need to work on how we allocate these party funds then.
So Aldred's going to pick up some round stones, cast light on them, and roll them down the different hallways, and just to see.
Or you could just ask me to go have a look, drawing less attention to ourselves.
The hallways end in a room with a capstan in.
What's the weight of a potion of healing?
Half a pound.
Did anyone check that?
Half.
0.5.
Okay, so yeah, so the room's entering in a room with a capstan.
We should probably tell Tarquin to row away again and do what we did before.
Is that all that's up here? Is there nothing down like the rivery bit?
You start to walk down the river a bit, and it becomes very, very deep. Then it kind of you can see ahead of you as you're fighting against a stronger current. It goes off into the wall of the rock.
All right, cool. Come back. And which room's the capstan in? The one off to
They
the.
both go
north.
around a big rock, and then there's another room.
All right, cool. Yeah, second verse same as the first.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
So
we've got a rowboat team and we've got our leverage team.
Yeah, rowboat team again.
okay. So again, it's same standard operating procedure. Kind of bit of jiggery pokery with the smith's tools and whatnot. Bit of back into it, and then the capstan spins and the boat kind of comes through. Are you closing this lock?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
time we're definitely shutting it behind
Right.
us, then climbing down.
Closes. Okay.
While we're doing this, can I sort out some healing on myself?
Yeah, go for it. Don't let me stop you.
Cool.
What do you mean? 3 hit points is plenty. I'm sure we're not going to face anything.
Are you meaning a spell or a potion or a rest?
Spells.
Okay.
I mean, I could do with the rest. But I can go with spells.
You can have
as
a
well.
rest at the top while we dick around with the capstan.
Is it 3 short rests that you're allowed per day?
Yeah.
Is there a limit? I would rest.
I always
much
thought it
more
was
than
just up to
Is it
whatever
allowed?
level you are.
Level 20
But they
characters,
really
20
set
short
that
rests.
for a long rest.
that. Chill for 20 hours.
Oh, that's just a long rest, basically.
Yeah, true.
So are you spend a short rest here?
Yeah, I'll spend a short rest for me.
I'm
Okay. You're all starting.
Well, do you want to? You can have a rest while we get
We
on
do
with the
stuff, yeah.
sorting out the capstan.
Yeah. Okay.
So is he just going to sit in the boat and rest then? Like he's not going to do anything physically demanding? Okay.
He can chill.
Oh,
We'll be pretty au fait with how these capstans work by now.
Yeah. Okay. So you can spend some hit points, hit dice if you want to regain hit points.
Cool.
I'm not taking a short rest.
Right, so I'm just going to roll them with the +2 anyway, so...
So Relda says potion of healing.
Oh, I was just messing around, trying to do something.
5.
Have you got 2 hit points back? 5 hit points back.
Yeah, just hang on.
Oh, if you drop your hit dice, it normally just does it.
You
Yeah.
double click your hit dice and it does it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wicked.
Just click your hit dice.
Every day is a school day except for today because it's half.
It's almost like it
term.
knows they're your hit dice. There you
There you
go.
go.
Yeah.
Oh, so
And
it
it
must have not
auto-changes
recovered the
the
first
damage.
one then.
1. How many are you allowing per day?
As many as you've got.
And then shows up to the character's maximum number of hit dice, which is equal to the
Right.
character's level.
What are you doing, Riley?
Well, I know we definitely had a
You're
short
like,
rest.
let's go, let's go.
It will tell me on the main sheet. So, Ode, you have. It reckons you got 3 of 5, so you've got 2 of 5 because I gave you another one. So you could do
That's
another
fine.
2. It should count down as you do. Oh no, because you didn't do the first one on
Yeah,
thingy.
yeah. Yep. And you can
We'll go with that.
You're only wounded now.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Okay. Ode gets his cap, puts it down, gets a bit of straw. Nobody's quite sure where it came from. Has a snooze under his poncho.
String tied to his big toe.
Yeah.
What, like with a hook in the water trying to fish?
Yeah.
The Kuo-Toa pulls you down into the water.
Yeah.
Catches an aboleth. Things just get interesting. Right. Oakley dokley. Okay, yeah, so you kind of, the lock's open, you go through, you close the locks again, and kind of start to move off. Bit longer this time, not 8 hours. Bit longer this time. And everybody who's got a passive perception of 10 or more, you can see kind of lights and movement and the sound of industry, kind of like shouts backwards and forwards. It's all very faint, but there's a cluster of flickering lights off where you would imagine the top of the lock should be, and there are shambling figures, humanoid figures, kind of moving as silhouettes every so often through.
Yeah, maybe we're here.
Last. Keep going.
It does certainly seem that way, doesn't it?
Can everybody make me perception rolls, please?
Oh,
Yeah.
I never make characters with good perception. Respectable.
So Fen, Zeralda, Ode, you hear voices calling out, issuing what you think are commands. So they're in Dwarven, so you recognise the language, but unless you speak Dwarven, you don't recognise what's being said. And Iggy, you can see, as you're starting to get a little bit closer, there are zombies shambling around, and they're carrying crates and stuff. And there's a largish barge, a bit bigger than your rowboat, kind of nestled against the side of it, and the lights that are kind of like lighting up. And then kind of a figure, and now you can start to hear Iggy, a figure says in Dwarven, "Something coming, rowboat." And then more commands, "Drop it, prepare for combat," to the zombies, and all the figures drop the crates and start to kind of line up, and you hear the distinct click of heavy crossbows. There are several click, 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 click.
I'll relay that to my the rest of the team.
Well, I hope they'd give
It
us
sounds like
credit.
they're prepping
We
for
all
combat.
hear that then.
Well, shout out in Dwarvish, we're friends then.
And as,
And I'll
as you continue, the floating baskets kind of in the water around, and as you kind of go past one, you hear something catch and a tingle of a tiny bell. Dinga 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 dinga.
I'll shout out in Dwarven. We're friends. No need for prepping for combat. We're just looking for Skullport.
Light yourselves up. Shouts back in Dwarven.
I'll
tell
wave
you.
my hand and cast light on the tip of the boat.
Well, let's wait to see what
Presumably
Ignatius does.
after
unless you
I've
speak
told you
Dwarven.
that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you hear again in Dwarven, by Moradin's massive dong. It's a god bothering his walking lunch. There's good eating on one of them. So it's another Dwarven voice. Oh yeah, slowly roasted over a day on a bed of rat skin. Should we tell him? Nah, it'll be more fun for him to find out firsthand. Or second cock anyway. You don't always have to make everything into a sex joke. You're a sex joke. Ma should have put you back in when she had the chance. This is all in Dwarven. So Iggy's probably pissing himself. Everybody else doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Well, what do you reckon?
Sorting bench.
What do you reckon? Well, every town. Let's call him forward.
I'm not sure I look like a god botherer anymore.
Sorry?
Because I'm wearing fishy scale armor. There's probably nothing to indicate what I was.
They might have been talking about you.
I assumed they were talking about
As you get closer,
Tarquin and
Torquil
and
goes, Mask has provided once again, Darren.
we
Darren
provided.
Gars and Durham Gars? friends. And behind there are two stout dwarves armed to the hilt, and they're wearing leather armor. They've got crossbows. There's like a rack of 5 heavy crossbows that looks to be attached by some mechanism to kind of like one pulley, so they could probably pull all 5 just by one lever pull. And they stand stout. They're quite covered in murk and grey and dust and such like. And there's loads and loads of boxers and flotsam and jetsam kind of like gathered around where they are. And there are 10 zombies, humanoid zombies, kind of shuffling around. Come on, get your backs back into it. And they kind of like start to grab it. There's a pulley, a big kind of like rope pulley. One of those kind of massive units, as big as I am, with thick rope. Since my arms are really thin, probably thicker than a man's arm, kind of down the other side of the lock. Well, they say. It's been a while. He's still into Mask. Torquil says, "Of course I am. It was Mask that brought you to me at this moment in time." No, it fucking wasn't. It was getting out to salvage shit. That's what brought us here. Yeah, but Mask could. Oh, right. Anyway, I can kind of give him a hand up and pat him down and say, "Give us back that money," and he takes back the money that he stole from them. As they kind of like embraced. So, what's this law? And they kind of look at you, Ignatius. You were the one talking the Tonga Morin.
I was.
You look like a prick, they say in Dwarven. pointing at Aldred.
He is. You're very astute.
Is this in Dwarven or?
Dwarven,
this is in Dwarven, isn't it? Yeah.
Half orc, probably worth more dead, they say in Dwarven.
Yeah, debatable.
Is that guy got a loot?
Yeah, don't ask him to play it.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
if you do, tell him 3 strings is better.
Well, we get 3 strings on pirate radio down here. That's the only one we listen to. Another point here. Do you know the best things about our elves are definitely their tits? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, so pert, definitely.
Zerelda.
You know what? I could robo those tits big time.
I'm actually going to pass that bit on to Zerelda just to see her reaction.
I mean, I think the universal blah blah blah, blah is understood.
Yeah.
The other one's
Ignatius.
Go on.
Ignatius, you tell your friends they better calm it down, or they'll be dealing with more than that chest.
I will act as go-between and pass on that information. She says she's more than happy to go on a date with either or both of you.
They surely speak common.
That's not what her face says.
It's not her face you've been looking at, boys.
Sure, yeah. For a human, you're all right. Now then. What's bringing you down here, Torquil? Are you going back to Skullport? He goes, yeah. They're talking in common now. Well, things aren't what they once were, you know. The Xanathar's Guild is really tightening down now. They've got the last of the locks pretty much, well, you'll not get through. That's all I'm saying. Not a group like you. Adventurers are not wanted in Skullport. I mean, once you get in, you can lay low, but getting in, I'm sure it's going to work.
Where are you gentlemen heading then?
Oh, we're heading back to Skullport. Aye, yeah. Well, that's taking all this crap with us. It's what the place is made of. And
What about if
one of the zombies comes. It's carrying a load of kind of like spider parts, kind of like legs and the abdomen and such like. Hey, careful! There's good selling on that. We sell monster parts to the alchemists in Skullport, amongst some other stuff.
Well, how about we help you load this barge back up, and you get us through them lock gates then.
Torquil says, come on. You know Mask wants it.
Mhm.
Kind of look at each other.
I'll switch to Dwarven.
Oh, make me a perception check. Okay, go on. Yeah.
By perception in.
No,
All
but
of
switch to Dwarven, you say.
Yeah, I'll switch to Dwarven. I say, yeah, we know he's a bit of a nutter, but we want into Skullport. We've got some business there that we need to take care of, and he seemed a logical way in. If you guys could help us through, I'm sure we can come to an arrangement and maybe pay you back later on. It's always good to make friends in new places.
Aye, 'tis that, they say in Dwarven. The sex pest looks at his brother. What do you reckon? I won't mind a date. And the other one looks, you know that's not happening, don't you? He says, Mask provides. He just slaps his forehead. Well, I guess. And then he starts talking in common. Every town needs its jester. Things are funnier when you're around Torquil. And just keep putting in a good word in for us with Mass. It's always good not to be found, isn't it, eh? How do you get down here anyway? How do you get through the locks?
With a little bit of difficulty. We've cleared a few things out along the way.
Yeah, I can imagine. Not planning on opening this one, are you? Old 5 heads is lairing over there. In it 7 heads now. Well, yeah, aye. And a belly full of adventurers.
Do we need this one open?
Well, not really, but it's always good for a laugh. Go on, you. Points at one of the zombies. Over there. And the zombie kind of like puts down its correct, turns, shuffles along. This always cracks me up. Oh, it's just hilarious. Stop! And it just stops. And he goes, jump in that side. And the zombie tries to jump. It hasn't quite got enough muscles. And then you see 7 Hydra heads from this huge Hydra leap up, just grab at the zombie. Another head kind of comes down. Another head kind of comes down. But it just kind of disintegrates straight away. I think I count 8. Do you count 8? Yeah, I counted 8. Looks like somebody tried another go.
Yeah.
Interesting. And I take it that's where the lock mechanism is.
Aye, that's where the keepers chose to put it.
But you say we don't need to open the gates.
No, we've got the now we can lower ourselves down.
All right, guys. I'll turn to the rest of them. I'm like, 2 options: up and over, or we go kill an Hydra.
I'd rather
Who's
not
the
fight a
Hydra?
Hydra.
Hmm?
We have liberated some monster parts if these guys want some extra parts.
I am not willing to fight a Hydra for Hydra parts.
Are you willing to fight a Hydra to get us into Skullport?
Nobody's talking about fighting old 8 heads. I'm just pointing out, if you want that lock mechanism opened, you're gonna have to get past her. Also,
Yeah.
where's the stick up that guy's arse? It sounds like he's got one, but I can't see it.
It's so far up, you've got to wait till he yawns.
I like this. I like you, Gingerbeard.
I'm just going to assume that everything that's negative is in Dwarven.
No, this is common. This is all common.
No, that was common.
So
No,
common.
it's definitely common.
Yeah.
We all have a good laugh and look at Aldred.
Alive.
So, all right. So we know there's a Hydra. We'll avoid that then.
Aye. Anyway, come on, you offered some help. We've got a zombie to replace.
Come on, guys. Ode, get your back into it. Up the
As long as you give me a foot up.
I'll give you an hand anytime.
Oh,
Up a wall and over it.
Yeah.
So you start
is
to
this
load.
Brokeback Undermountain?
You start to load stuff into the into the essentially into the barge. It's basically a mixture of flotsam, jetsam, into two different piles. You're not quite sure which is flotsam and which is jetsam.
Flotsam float.
Okay, flotsam floats. Jetsam jets. So there you have it. And then kind of what they do, the zombies predominantly, they just chuck the zombies over the wall. And the zombies sink to the bottom and they kind of like pulley the barge up. Kind of the zombies come back up, portage it kind of like over, reverse it a bit, half the zombies one side, and then kind of lower the barge down. As you kind of get down to the bottom on the barge, you see that there are two giant zombies, literal giant zombies, kind of at the bottom. They kind of like get on either end of the barge and the barge down a little bit, and then they kind of walk the barge kind of like long as you get in. You guys are going to have to...
This is how we should have done it.
You guys are going to have to hide. Have to get you in the barge under some cover. Couldn't we just pretend that they're zombies? That's not a bad plan, actually. But they jiggle far too realistically for a zombie's tits. So they get you into the barge. I'm just role playing. They get you into the barge and cover you in stuff like spider eye core and.
We're probably covered in blood and guts already, partially.
Yeah.
I wasn't until now.
As I watch this happening, like they're starting to put each other in, my form starts to shift.
What?
Ooh.
And I kind of become a bit more gaunt. My pallor changes, and I look like a large zombie. Just stood on the edge, and I went, I'm not getting in that.
Oh, right. Yes, that's so clever.
Ignatius, you ain't looking too hard.
Yeah, you're
Are
looking
you
ill.
okay?
Everyone just takes a step from him like he's infectious.
I'm fine, but I smell better than you lot, even in the fishy armor.
You stink of fish.
The dwarves look across
Ignatius
the
become
torquil.
way more sassier since the whole losing his
Since the
Which
breakout.
So,
yeah.
You're assuming it was something he saw in jail. Something
Yeah.
That night in that cell changed me.
You had to be there, man. Moment of epiphany. The two dwarves look at you kind of like a little bit warily, and Torquil says, "No, this happens. It's just one of those things, isn't it?" And they kind of go, "Okay." But you can see they're a little bit cool towards you now, a little bit cooler, I guess. And as you kind of start to move, the zombie giants pulling the barge kind of along. You get to the edge of another lock, and from quite a distance off, you can see this is well lit and very well defended. There are a number of hobgoblins in quite uniform armor, and they've got a mechanism to kind of hoist the barge over. It couldn't do anything much larger than the barge, and the circle with 10 spokes, kind of like eyes coming off it, which you recognise through the symbol of the Xanathar's Guild. And they've got the kind of like red flashes on them. They don't really bother inspecting the kind of boat. They greet the dwarves kind of fairly informally, but a little bit distantly. Then it's kind of the barge is lowered over, poof, and you kind of move on further down, and there's a massive fortification kind of in front of you. Massive fortification. There's this huge stalactite kind of comes down from the ceiling. It's got lights piercing the gloom, and Durham says Skull Island. That's where the Xanathar's mostly based. That's the one that keeps Skullport in line. That's the Skull Bridge, and across there's the Keeper's Enclave. Those are the Keepers were the ones who ran the magic locks back in the day. It's dangerous. It's like it was an old workshop full of magic users hell-bent on stopping anyone getting their stuff, because that's what it is. and the kind of
Interesting.
barge kind of walks its way along, and you catch a glimpse of Skullport, which is murky. This thick fog ebbs and flows around, and you can see kind of it's stacked, and it kind of goes around a bit of a corner in a cavern. There's quite a substantial kind of like cavern as you go, and it's shacks. There's nothing particularly substantial apart from this kind of ballista laden fortress that you're kind of just slowly edging your way past. You can see a couple of port area on the edge there, and then you hit this kind of ramshackle kind of mess. It's got catwalks up, it's got twisty staircases. Part of it's looking like it's formed from hulls of ships, flotsam and jetsam, the kind of barge beaches, and Torquil kind of like jumps off. Cheers, guys! You did us a favour there. I'll pop around and we'll sort something out. And kind of turns to you and pulls you up and says, "Welcome to Skullport, gents. Welcome to Skullport. Home." Everything is dim. Everything, this thick fog is gathered and settled, and there's all this moisture in the air. It's genuinely like being in a mist. Even with your improved vision, Ignatius, even in the dark, you can't see much more than 20 feet out. You kind of see these pinpricks of light kind of glowing, and anything that's a light source just creates this nimbus of light, just like fog lights do in a car, just kind of like light up the area around you. And you start to move. Everybody's skulking, kind of darting, hoods up to the shadows. You see varying body shapes, certainly some drow, but there's not great mercantile as you kind of walk through. It looks run down, even by kind of Skullport standards. Then you see a patrol of hobgoblins, 10 deep, 2 ranks, as they kind of walk through. And it's like Imperial stormtroopers walking through that city in Rogue One. Yeah, everybody kind of like moves out of the way and kind of like just looks, averts their eyes as he's kind of they're kind of visibly scanning around and heading over towards the bridge back to Skull Island. Torquil knows his way, and it's like a rat's warren. It kind of like comes along, goes up along across a rickety kind of like rope bridge that kind of like swings down and around, and you can start to see that there's this even though there's formally 3 levels in various parts of it, it's more like 10, as there's what was a mezzanine from one building is a ground floor or another, and so on. And you can see that the cavern does curve around and opens out, and then you're starting to kind of like get always higher and closer up towards the roof, as much as you can see. And then out of the mist, you see what looks to be the back end of a boat hanging up into the gloom by chain. It's just swinging her away, and about 15 feet separated from it is another front side of what looks to be another boat, and that's just kind of swinging. You can see that they're joined by a rope bridge, and they're like swinging independently of each other, and it's almost like somebody's done a really bad cut and shunt of 2 small galleons, and then they like come apart and they're kind of like swinging, because that's exactly what it is. And Torquil says, "Welcome to the Hanging Mask." And you kind of like look up, and there's these chains that like tie this thing to the ceiling, and it just generally floats in thin air, kind of above the port of Skullport. And you think, this is a bit fucking dangerous. It passes through your mind that Torquil's not the greatest person when it comes to attention to detail, and has demonstrated precisely 0 engineering capabilities thus far. So he turns and looks at you and says, I'm kind of surprised it's still here, actually. But it's by Mask's grace that it hangs, so clearly I'm still in the favour of Mask.
So this is your home, Torquil.
This is my temple. I am the high priest of this. So if you want to kind of like turn back to Fantasy Grounds, you'll see a...
Literally height-wise.
Wow.
So it's 2 stories, and the top story is joined by a rope bridge, and they do swing independently of each other. Not massively. It's not. There's no great breeze or anything like that, but any movement causes them to kind of like rock. and they're joined to a very narrow kind of like spiral staircase, which is on the edge of the cavern by again a rope bridge. You start to walk across it, and it starts to sway, and that whole first section starts to swing. You're hearing the of the chains kind of like above you. Kind of can't help, certainly Iggy, you can't help but look up, and you think it must be by the grace of some divine being that this thing.
I'd turn to the others and go, it looks like mass real. It's only wishes and magic holding this shit up.
You can see that the kind of whole thing's covered in this mildew, and kind of like it all looks slightly rotten. There are bits where it's clearly been patched up, but yeah, there's no kind of like rated for 150 kilograms sign like you would find on a list or anything else.
So Aldred is not looking like he doesn't react to anything anyone's saying, and he just forward slowly, looking very defeated, like occasionally shaking like fish guts from himself. Falls down on his knees and then puts his hands down to the ground. Why did I never learn prestidigitation?
I will kindly put a hand on him, whisper in his ear, and just think how much the Blackstaff's going to love us for this, and I'll cast prestidigitation on him and clean him up.
Nice.
I put my hand on his shoulder. I'm like, you are a gentleman.
But not a scholar. That title's reserved for fun. Take inspiration, Aldred. And you walk into what is essentially the like lower deck of a galleon, because it is the lower deck of a galleon. It's lit by luminous fungal spores, and you don't get away from that constant kind of like creak and swaying. There are metal handholds that kind of like lead up from what was the mast up to a top floor, and there's a faded sheet on the main bulkhead which depicts the symbol of mask, which is just a thief's mask, on a deep red background. There are rows of benches haphazardly fastened to the decking for worshippers to use during any services. There's nothing of great value here, Tuckle says. Well, the buggers are just nick here. And as he says that, two goblin figures in kind of acolytes' robes come racing to the door and kind of like peer out. One of them goes racing back in, and the other comes forward. Torquil, says Grillpot. It is great to see you. Where's Ticky Bobs? Oh no, you can't. No, Ticky Bobs is just. We knew you were coming back. We just got a surprise. We're just cleaning back up in the back room. Torquil raises an eye and says, "You're not painting symbols of Merkel again. It's mask. How many times do I have to tell you? Mask, not Merkel. Oh, but all the common words seem so alike." The kind of little goblin says. You kind of you head back through the antechamber into an acolyte's room, and Ticky Bobs is stood rather proud. He's kind of like there. Hastily on a chest that's kind of like clearly got more in it than it should have, and he's kind of like just sat in on it, pressing it down with a "nothing to see here, absolutely nothing to see here" look upon his face. They kind of like smile and they look at each other. Whilst we knew that you were coming, Jenna didn't, and she's gone back to her old ways. Gone back to her old ways, I say. Aye, okay. Well, you two, just get us a meal cooked up, and Seat shuffles in behind, and their eyes light up. No, Seat as well. He's not the meal. He gets to eat, and they're like, no. "We love you, Seat. You're great," and they kind of go on exaggerated hugs. As Ticky Bobs leaves the chest that he was sat on, he kind of rises a little bit, and you can see all kind of cloths underneath, and she races back and closes it and says, "No, not making symbol of Merkel. Not making symbol of Merkel. You go on." Torquil kind of waves you on, and you climb up the iron run onto the top of the deck. And you can see in Torquil's mind that the Hanging Mask is a great bastion of thievery. He says, look at this great hall of worship. There's many cut pursers, thugs, con artists will flock to the Hanging Mask's banner when we reinvigorate a thieves guild in Skullport, and we can press our way into Waterdeep. Mask gave you to me to start this endeavour. You were able to infiltrate the Castellantas. This is just the start of great things. There's nobody else here. Yeah, it's empty. It's dead. This is like, you know, not.
It's like the Black Pearl, and there's no crew.
Yeah,
Like that empty.
There's rudimentary furniture. There's some basic training dummies. It's like Fagan's where all the kids are out. Various clothing and purses for training. It looks like somebody's trying to kind of create a trap on a table. It's halfway through that, and some example locks. There's a galley kitchen, and there's a privy. Now the privy hangs over the streets of Skullport, and just opens straight out there. And Grillpot comes up and goes, "Oh, I got a good one. I got it right on her head." It was brilliant. And as you kind of like look next to her, there's like little kind of chalk marks where they're tallying out. You don't want to know what's the tallying as they next to the open kind of shitter over the city of Skullport. And then there's the rope bridge. Torquil strides across that. You just wait here. You can see the back is rhythmically swinging, has a particular kind of like rhythmic ring to it, and you all hear kind of like a female voice, a rather bored female voice, going, "Yeah, you're the biggest. Oh, yeah, that's great. Oh, wow, yeah, I can feel it. I can feel you in me. Yeah." Right. Oh, yeah. It's brilliant. And the grunting of an ignorant male. Torquil kind of goes back down, and then immediately the kind of like this male, really scrawny, kind of like late teens, kind of like lad pulling up his breeches. "Oh, but I paid. You can't do this to me. I paid for this," and kind of races out onto the front of the rope bridge. Torquil takes a handful of gold and casts it onto the rope bridge. Some of it falls through the slats. Mask didn't provide this money. It's like, well, you know, I was just keeping her wet for you, keeping her lubricated for you. It's what a friend would do. Torquil strides over and says, "You're no friend of mine." Just punches him. He falls back into the rope bridge. Torquil, quick as a flash, grabs his feet and just tosses him. Crashes down into the buildings below.
Okay.
He looks at you, smiles. Sometimes you have to take matters into your own hands. You can't always rely upon Mask. But make yourselves at home. Feel free to relax. I can see great things in Skullport for all of us. And then a woman's head pops up, kind of dark brown hair, bags under her eyes, looks quite gaunt. She says, "You fucker, you absolute fucker. I had to make ends meet since you fucked off." And Torquil turns and says, "Jinna," and kind of walks back.
I think by all accounts that she is the fucker.
And I'm going to call the session there.
Oh, perfect ending tagline.
Roll for slap next session.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in Skullport in the Hanging Mask. Yeah, interesting.
Nice.
So yeah, okay, cool, good. I hope everybody enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's cool.
I thought those Kuo-Toa was going to be a right challenge for you guys.
But fireball.
If you get a fireball, that significantly reduces the challenge rate.
Yeah, when they're grouped in that way. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got loads of people in that. And that was at a 3rd level Thunderwave.
Yeah.
Rolled very mediocre.
Area effect spells, man. When they're grouped together.
Yeah.
When they're grouped is the way forward. Okay, so so you're in Skullport. Okay, so when everybody able to play on the What's it, the 28th? The 11th?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't see why not.
Um,
No, it's in the calendar, nothing else. So, yeah, all good for me.
Yeah, good for me.
Remind me again, when did we agree on for the next Circus game?
Let's just sort the 11th. Joe, you okay for the 11th?
I have got a meeting on the 12th, so depending on where it is, I may be in a hotel that night.
Right, okay.
So I'm not sure if I'll be
Okay.
able to.
Do you want to let me know?
Yes, I will do as soon as it's confirmed. I've had a placeholder put in for that day today, so
Yeah.
I don't know the detail yet.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Martin, is you okay?
I don't know where I'll be, but I can have my recording.
Yeah, okay, cool. Right then. So, probably the 11th, possibly the 11th, who knows? Before we move on to the Circus Jar chat, that's the 4th of June. So that's a week today.
Next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, a week today.
Where you guys are probably going to go against the Cleric of Bane? Forces of Bane? Bane
Yeah, we need to
Baneites
come
and
up
Stay
with our
Knights?
Yeah, Diego needs to weigh in on Darian's plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll practice as it as an agenda item at the next county decision. Weigh in on Darian's plan. Okay, cool. Well, I hope everybody who was watching that enjoyed it as well. At Skullport, which I think is going to be the start of season 2 of Frauds of Waterdeep. Thanks, everybody.
Cheers.
Awesome.
Bye.